In 1961, the fastest computer in the world filled an entire room. A home television weighed as much as a washing machine. Phones still had cords, and data meant a stack of punch cards. And yet, that same year, the Soviet Union launched a spacecraft to another planet, Venus. At a time when the average person had never even seen the world from 30,000 feet, they aimed for 25 million miles. That was the beginning of the Venera program. The Venera missions were humanity's first sustained attempt to reach and explore another world. They began as fragile experiments, room-sized computers steering rockets built with slide rule precision. The early failures were brutal. Venera 1 lost contact before it ever saw Venus. Venera 3 crashed into the planet without a word. But the Soviets didn't quit. Every mission carried lessons forward, each launch a step closer to success. Venus was never an easy target. Its thick atmosphere, high winds, and searing heat turned early probes into melted relics before they even touched down. But the engineers kept moving, stronger hulls, better parachutes, new transmitters tuned for the fiery sky. The key was timing. Earth and Venus aligned for launch every 19 months, leaving only brief windows to try again. Miss it and you wait another year and a half. That rhythm demanded patience, precision, and persistence. Then came Venera 7, 1970, the first soft landing on another planet. 23 minutes of data from a world hot enough to melt lead. It may not sound like much, but it changed everything. Venera 8 measured light levels. Venera 9 and 10 sent back the first pictures from the surface of Venus, alien, flattened landscapes under a yellow sun. Venera 13 and 14 went further still, recording color images, soil chemistry, and even the faint rumble of wind through the planet's toxic air. No other nation has done that since. Behind those machines were thousands of human minds, mathematicians, machinists, engineers, and yes, human computers. People who calculated trajectories by hand before the word software meant anything. They worked in the shadow of secrecy under the weight of Cold War competition, but they were chasing something universal, discovery. By the early 1980s, Venera 15 and 16 were orbiting Venus with radar eyes, mapping its surface through the clouds. They charted mountains, plains, and volcanic ridges that no human had ever seen. Together, they revealed a world of crushing pressure and beauty beyond measure. Those missions stand as the pinnacle of Venus exploration, unmatched to this day. Even now, their images guide modern science and inspire the next generation of planetary explorers. When the first Venera rose from the pad, America was still a year away from John Glenn's orbit. The idea of streaming data from another planet seemed impossible, and yet they did it, with less computing power than the cheapest smartphone, with radio links slower than a 1960s telephone modem, with courage and ingenuity that bridged the impossible. So next time you glance at a bright evening star in the western sky, remember, that's Venus, and long before we dreamed of walking on Mars, we had already landed there. They called it the Morning Star. The Soviets called it a destination, the Venera Missions, humanity's first steps on another world.